Hey, I meant to do this a little while ago. So look, y'all. Boeing, they had a thing where they had a couple of plane crashes, and I think they were getting sued, and a whole lot of other things like that happening. So after a while, finding about these crashes and Boeing, they were doing their price gouging and things like that. Find out that the crash could have been prevented, but they had a pre-existing condition of not having the parts they needed. Therefore, and the reason they didn't have the parts they needed is because the company or companies, whichever it is, was charging them for these safety features. So basically, if you get a car and you just get a car, but you think that it has every the amenity that you need to be safe on the road, and it says no, it's going to cost you, instead of $12 for a rear view mirror and then maybe $75 for someone to install it, it's going to cost you $500 just to get it, and you have to install it yourself, or you can hire a mechanic for $25 an hour to install any and everything that you get. Some of that kind of thing. Oh yeah, you got a car, but you can't drive it unless you got rear view mirrors. So your rear view mirrors are going to cost $100 each. So that's how it is. So if you want a certain landing feature for the plane, you're going to need to pay out the wazoo for it. If your plane needs extra, I would just, because I don't know the technical terms, so just aeronautical measurements or gauges or compasses and whatnot, gyros and, gyrospheres and things like that to let you know how balanced you are in the air, how close you are to the ground and whatnot. It costs extra money to get that stuff put in, let alone to buy it. Therefore, when the plane is supposed to be going straight and you can't see because, the way the airplanes work today, it's not like that you can necessarily see out the window and down at the ground or anything. You can't do that. So you need to rely on an instrument that says you are level or you are climbing. And there's another instrument that says you are this close to the ground. Their systems failed on that. So when they thought that they were actually going forward, they were actually almost in a nosedive, but couldn't feel it. They were probably going at a 75-degree angle towards the ground. And you'd like to think you could feel something like that, but depending upon the degrees and stuff, you might feel a little lighter than normal, but most likely you're not going to really tell anything, especially if somebody's nervous of flying. Now, granted, could you just look out the window and say, hey, man, we're going the wrong direction? Yeah, you could. But then again, if you're not looking out the window, you're going to be like, say, man, I feel a little light right now, man. The plane ride is all good. So then all of a sudden you're like, motherfucker, that's a mountain, and then you're dead. So that's how that works, and that's why they died. See, they're laughing. I'm trying to be serious and get this shit over with quick. So that's what happened, and Boeing was charged so much money for safety features that they didn't want to buy into that people died. So you got to wonder, what's more important, your health care or your plane care? And right now, the way it seems, if you don't have the money, the people that own this stuff don't care about your plane or your health. And we need to change that. And that's by basically saying, screw planes, we still got trains for now. I'm sure they're going to start saying, hey, if the train wants to get there, it's going to cost $10 million for 25 miles of track. We'll get there eventually, but the train just has to work it. And you have to hope the train goes fast enough that when it runs off the track, it don't derails. It just keeps on going across whatever street or road or dirt that it's on. Because it's hard to stop a train, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. This is Cedric Kennedy and the laughing Sidra Owens for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.